4 kids, a roof over our heads, in one of America's most beautiful areas, right here in Washington, D.C. I didn't have much of any of these things 30 years ago living out of Mexico. You know, Mexico actually lived in a broke country, farmland. It was a big state. It's called Oaxaca. It's actually bigger than half of the state of Washington, Maryland, and Virginia put together. It was a very poor state too. We lived on a farm. We grew up not really having any jobs at all. All we did was pick eggs, milk the cows, and go help food. I had 8 other brothers and sisters, so I was a lot of people to feed. My mom was poor, and then afterwards, I just couldn't take it anymore. It was all living broke. I just couldn't take it. So then I decided, with me and 6 other brothers, we would go to the U.S. to find something else better to do, have a job opportunity, have kids, and spread out. So then we all decided to move to Mexico. To the United States. And actually had my little daughter, Brenda. She was born in 1986. No father at the time. He was 60 miles away, and then afterwards, when we moved to the U.S., he came up too, but he was a drunk, couldn't stop drinking. So me and 8 other brothers and sisters who were living in the same house at the time in Washington, D.C. I still remember, it was a red house, Spring Road and 13th Street. I got a call from my brother one day, Roberto. He was also a drunk, but he was not with them at the time. But he called me 12 in the morning, told me that my husband died. He was dead. He flew out of his windshield when he hit another car. He was drunk, 3 in the morning. My daughter, Brenda, she was 3 years old at the time. So she never met her daddy, or she never had someone to call dad her whole life. And then after that, well, actually, I try not to think about stuff like that, because then it just makes you feel sad. So you have to learn from the past to use it as a lesson in the future. So afterwards, I married another man. His name is Martin, and we had 3 other kids, David and Ariana. And then afterwards, when we got married around 1995, my dad died then. My brother died. He died back in Mexico. He was one of the ones who never went with us, and he died in Mexico too. He was shot in the head walking alone to a gas station. And then afterwards, again, that was one of the money deaths that took place after I came from Mexico. It was like a big mistake at the time, coming to the U.S., just leaving the family over there. But I try to look up to my kids to tell them, don't be broke like we were back in Mexico. We didn't have anything. We didn't have iPhones, this little internet, Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, T-Mobile, Facebook. We had none of that. Like, you know what we had? We had papers like these that we call books. We walked over 6 miles in a week just to get to school, because it was from here, from Columbia Heights to, let's say, today, because our house is in Columbia Heights. We had to walk, I would say, over to 16th Street Park, day and back over hills. So we had nothing. Here you have free education. You have freaking microwave with food. You have libraries, you have internet, you have everything. What more could you ask for? And you complain about not having what? Shoes, some nice earrings. You know, a lot of people today don't understand what we had to go through. We had to go through walking over to school, working out on the farm, and I only made it to the 6th grade. Everybody only made it to the 6th grade. We didn't have anything else but that poor education. And today, what? You have college. You have college, you have high school, you have teachers who are willing to teach you after school, you have everything. So what more could you ask for? That's why I tell my kids every day to not be a failure in life and not go to school. I didn't have anything that they had. I just want them to have a great opportunity when they grow up and be something in life. Unlike me right now. Everything I do right now is for my kids. Every bill I pay, all the taxes I pay, every time I freaking go through that court and clean up, it's all for my kids. I don't do it for anybody else. And ultimately, I want them to have what they never had in life. An opportunity.